WWE Monday Night Raw Day 1 2024 match card and predictions for you here, taking place in San Diego, California, of course on January the 1st. We've got 4 matches to discuss and of course looking forward to talking about the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Freakin Rollins and Drew McIntyre towards the end of the video. But we're going to kick things off with Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. 5 years in the making, the shot heard around the world, of course, when Becky got her face blooded going into Survivor Series 2018. Of course, that historic, iconic image of Becky blooded up in the crowd. Of course, well, Becky never really got her revenge on Nia. She didn't need to be fair. She was taken out at the time, but when she came back, her attention was Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and main eventing WrestleMania 35. And since then, well, the man has gone off to do other things, including to become, well, a mother as well, and Nia Jax, in between all this, was released from the company. Now both are on Raw, they're in the same place at the same time, and Becky says this is a wrong that needs righting. I think Becky will get that here on this Raw episode. There could always be shenanigans that could delay this to a later date, but I don't see any real reason to. I think Becky Lynch here should pick up the victory comfortably against Nia Jax. We've got a singles match for the Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley defending against Ivy Nile. Great to see Ivy doing stuff on Monday Night Raw and already getting herself in a championship opportunity, more than she was doing in NXT, of course, for more or less the entire of 2023. But she's not winning here. Expect to hear this sentence between now and WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley is retaining the Women's World Championship. We have a tag team match to determine the #1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Of course, now that will be Tegan Carter and Katana Chance. The challengers, though, here will either be Tegan Nox and Natalya, and they'll be taking on Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. Of course, Tegan Nox and Natalya have had a bit of a push as a tag team. We've not really seen what Baszler and Stark can do as a team to this point. However, for me, I think there's a lot more stock in that tag team name. I'm going for Baszler and Stark to pick up the victory, and I think that's quite an exciting match to see on Raw in the coming weeks. Baszler and Stark going against Katana Chance and Tegan Carter. Last but not least, then, let's talk about then the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Freakin Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Of course, this was a match at Crown Jewel, and Drew kind of showed a bit of mercy last time. He was sort of in between turning face and heel. Well, since then and losing that match, Drew's had to look in the mirror, and he has officially turned heel. He's had no remorse since, taking out the likes of Sami Zayn. Of course, he's cost Jey Uso championships. Could he do both here to Seth in one match, taking Seth and putting him on the shelf whilst taking his championship? That is the big question here at stake. I don't see Jey Uso getting involved in this match. I don't think there's any reason to at this point. However, if Sami Zayn is to return to Raw, which, well, he has been on the holiday tour on the house shows for WWE, shows that that injury, of course, is definitely storyline. He could potentially return on this Raw to cost Drew McIntyre. I'm going for Seth to retain. I do believe the direction is Seth versus CM Punk for WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship, although I'd keep an eye out for Damian Priest, who could cash in on day one his Money in the Bank contract. If Seth is to lose the championship, he could do that here, and he could find a way to regain it either at the Royal Rumble or at the Elimination Chamber. After all, if Seth versus Drew is at this show, and to be fair, a screwy finish could roll this over to the Rumble, but Seth is going to need a person to take on at the Royal Rumble. So I don't expect this to be clean whatever goes down, but I'm going to go for Seth to retain the championship nonetheless. So that's my predictions there for WWE Raw Day 1. Loving the concept of bringing Day 1 back. Of course, it is New Year's Day after all. Just makes this Raw feel extra special. Feels almost pay-per-view worthy with the matches that have been put on this show as well. Championships on the line too. Should be a fun time. And of course, if you want to know my predictions for NXT New Year's Evil and as well for SmackDown New Year's Revolution, then make sure to keep an eye on the channel, and the links to those videos will be on the side of your screen right about now. Make sure to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next video, and remember, Happy New Year, and hope you celebrate in style.